But first, coffee.
Hi guys, so how is it going? So today's video is actually a bit of a serious one, despite me sounding a little bit upbeat. It's a serious one, and it's revolving around the Dougherty Dozen, which is Alicia and her husband Josh, and then they have their 11 kids, and they are a very large family channel over on TikTok and over on YouTube. I feel like I have to put these little disclaimers now because I've recently gotten quite a few new subscribers coming from various areas that interest me over on the internet that don't necessarily pertain to family vlogging. When I introduce content creators, I will be spending a bit more time to actually explain the background, as some people may not even know who they are. But I've been covering Alicia and Josh for, I think, for the past 2 years. I don't even know how long it's been. It's been a very long time I've been covering them, okay? And the one thing that I will always say about Alicia is what she's really well known for is the overspending, the fact that, yeah, they seem to spend a hell of a lot of money. A lot of materialism is going on in that household, and of course the things that she feeds her kids. Now, these are two things that I've talked about, many other people have spoken about, and they are really big points of interest when you think of the Dougherty Dozen. You think of the overspending, you think of the level of, sugar and all the stuff that she feeds her kids, despite her saying around the time when she first started her YouTube channel, she did this whole thing with kids who have fetal alcohol syndrome. They are really sensitive to sugar and all of this kind of stuff, and how you should really monitor what they're eating.
How to figure out what they were sensitive to and eliminate that from their diet. Sugar, a lot of these kids are very sensitive to sugar. And that reminds me, sugar and dairy and carbs, they can create an addiction to, because these children they were predisposed to addiction in utero, and basically for the rest of their life they will always have to watch for things that they could be addicted to.
Compare that to what she now feeds her children. I mean, I'm pretty sure she does it for shock value. Now, what Alicia has been known for doing in the past is oversharing her foster children's stories, and these children who are now fully adopted, sharing their stories about their tragic upbringings and how she, rescued them and all of this, and really putting them on blast. And I won't be going into too much detail about it because I feel like I have already spoken quite heavily on this, but she would basically sell their trauma for money, sell their trauma for advertisements. And this is one of the main reasonings as to why I have a really big issue with Alicia Dougherty, because she does still do it in a far less noticeable way. Now, the thing that is the problem at the minute, and the reason why I have summoned you guys here, is because I noticed it via the Reddit, and I also noticed it via just upon finding these screenshots on the Reddit page. I went to have a little look at what her comment sections were like. And let me tell you, the comments which she doesn't have taken down, the comments which for some bizarre reason none of her moderators have picked up on, or she just hasn't typed into, the keywords that you don't want on your YouTube channel, instantly those comments will go. She hasn't bothered to do any of that. The comments that are about her youngest child are absolutely repulsive. And they aren't just talking about her youngest child in a very predatory manner. They're also going as far as to pick on the other children, which I have seen in the past, which once again, Alicia doesn't have a problem with them being up. Now, these are quite young children. These are not her teenagers. They, at the end of the day, they're not going to have a say on whether or not their mum puts this content out. Half of the time, the kids don't even look happy that they are being shown online when she lines them up for the roll calls. It reminds me of the Wren Eleanor situation, which I will touch upon in just a minute. But I just find I'm in disbelief as to how these comments even find their way onto her public platform, why these comments are not shot down instantly, as they come up. It really makes no sense. And saying that you have a large platform is not an excuse, because you can have moderators. You can also limit what is said in your comment section. There's literally no excuse for these comments to be up on your channel, and for them to even for them to be up for long enough that they actually have any form of recognition. So on a video of that specific child, someone said, "I wish I could do things to child," and it actually had 17 hearts, whereas, you know, a lot of people were saying, "Bruh, get your weird out of here." But the point being is that 17 people hearted that, which is absolutely repulsive. We have another one where it says child gyat, which basically, if that is meaning what they're trying to imply, it means they're behind, they're bum. Once again, who and why is saying this about, what, a 6-year-old? And taken from one of the Reddit pages, it says, "Oh, one more thing. You should have shopped around for orange panties for the girls and orange bras as well. Enjoy your day and take care," with once again 1 thumbs up. And I don't know if she still has that account open for this child, but Alicia did, at least she had a year ago. I can't seem to find it. She actually had set up like an Instagram or something for this specific child, and now people have literally made like fan accounts of this particular child, which I addressed in a video ages ago. But the thing is that Alicia literally doesn't care. I mean, Alicia realized this a little while ago now, that child was, you know, like a favorite of her fans, for instance, which I already think is weird enough on its own. So she had no problem setting up a fan page for this child, and then surely enough, you have people then setting up fan accounts. Like, the people who make fan accounts of children, of literal, like, you're like a preschooler, is absolutely sickening, and there's nothing you can say that will make me change my stance on that one.
Coffee.
Now, the reasoning why this is so sick and twisted, I mean, for very obvious reasons, I mean, I'm pretty sure any sane person can say that this is sick and twisted. Those aren't the only comments as well. There have been more comments. There's also been comments pertaining to her other children where people have called them all sorts of horrific things, which I'm not going to just go down a path of just flagging up every single comment. You can go and see them. They're not very nice. And why any mum would just still go through with using their kids for content, despite what a lot of the comments say in regards to their children, their children's appearances, what they sound like. It's just revolting. The reason why I'm so have such a hard stance on this is because I don't know if you guys remember this, the Wren Eleanor fiasco, where the mum of Wren basically exploited her child from a very small, like a very, very, very young age. And the comments underneath those videos, I mean, it literally caught the news attention. The account was taken down, it was then reinstated. But the comments on those videos were not just 1 or 2. I mean, you had comment sections flooded with men, very obvious men, just typing the most horrific things, like really heartbreaking. As a parent, or even as just a human being, it breaks your heart. And it literally caught worldwide attention, and the mum, Jacqueline, would basically film her child like eating various different things were shaped in certain types of ways, and it became a point where at first people were going, well, maybe she didn't mean to do it, but then it became a flow of she was doing it intentionally. And a vast majority of the people that were actually following Wren were men, and it's extreme. The whole thing was really, really, really icky. Well, I discovered a little while ago that Alicia basically follows Jacqueline, follows the Wren Eleanor account, which, and I said this in a previous video, I said that anyone who aligns themselves with Jacqueline, aka Wren Eleanor's mum, should not be trusted. I'm just telling you right now. And I do have a hard stance on it, and of course I do, because I feel so sorry for these children who didn't ask to be put online, can't consent to being put online, people preying on their children online, telling them that they need to wear certain types of underwear. The mum does literally nothing about it, and as well as that, you know, they're saying just absolutely horrific things. And if we can take anything out of family vloggers' books, they will, you know, when they're older, they will be able to read those comments. I mean, Alicia's elder kids, the older teenagers, a lot of them have their own platforms, you know, and they're off there, they can read the comments, but the younger ones have no control over any of this. And it's just such a sad situation, knowing that you're literally just like offering your kids on a platter like this. And the thing that always struck me about when Wren Eleanor's mum, Jacqueline, came out, this was what she had to say on the topic.
What baffles me is that rumor spreaders express such passionate concern for my daughter, Yet law enforcement has found zero real proof about these untrue allegations. Creating videos talking about scurrilous rumors that my 3-year-old daughter appears on porn sites isn't proof. Repeating false information over and over will never convert into fact. Doing so is wrongfully smearing my daughter's name and unjustly damaging my reputation.
And considering the, the news and everyone is basically telling you that what you're doing is bad, and then you just full-blown deny it and act as if everyone else is the problem and that your child is your number one priority in this regard, despite having these comments, I just don't buy it. And I just wanted to bring this to everyone's attention, because at the end of the day, everyone goes on about Alicia's shopping habits, and I do, because I'm just astounded by it. And what she feeds her kids, and just the general chaos and the drama that is Alicia's Dougherty's channel some of the time. There are real dangers going on, and I think a lot of the time it kind of becomes overshadowed with just the drama that she puts herself in. But these are real issues. These are real issues, and it needs to be spoken about, and not just for her, but for a lot of other family channels as well. Because I guarantee you, if you go onto some comment sections and you scroll down, you're bound to find a few comments that are going to make you question what the hell is really going on here.
Wren is my number one priority, and her upbringing and safety are my top job 24 hours a day.
But that is pretty much all I wanted to say on this topic. It's short and sweet. I actually have a video coming out either tomorrow or the next day, which is revolving around Watergate. It's a TikTok thing that's been going on that's piqued my interest. So yeah, stay tuned for that if you want to hear about some neighbours that are not allowing other kids to fit. It's a whole entire fiasco, okay? But we'll be speaking about that pretty soon. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next video.